Morning. Right, okay, let's get cracking, shall we? Right. GLADD. GLADD. Right? GLADD. GLADD. The Gay and Lesbian Association of Doctors and Dentists. Why that exists, I've no idea, right? Now, these nutters have got form, right? Okay, so I've got a couple of things. Let me find them. I've got one ready, but I need to find the other one. They've written a nonsense thing in the BMJ, which was written in on the 22nd of February 2023, which was about banning conversion therapy for trans people, which of course is nonsense. How can you convert somebody from a disbelief to a belief other than torture, right? Nobody's doing that. Tossers, right? So this GLADD, one of the members of GLADD is this. Do you remember the bloke with his nails and his? He keeps coming up, doesn't he? What's his damn name? I've forgotten. This one. Oh, well, here we are. Who we got here? Right. Okay. No, we can't remember his name. Somebody else will. Breslaw. That's it. Jacob Breslaw, who got so upset by a presentation he dug his nails into his hand, photographed it, and stuck it online. Right. Okay. So they've got form, these buggers, right? A legal ban on so-called conversion therapy, which includes protections for trans and gender non-binary people, has been backed by numerous organisations and a variety of backgrounds. The Memorandum of Understanding, this has been signed by numerous places. It's signed by over 25 organisations in the healthcare and mental health fields. Yeah, that's because they were on holiday that day, right? NHS England, NHS Scotland, Health Education Improvement Wales, a number of Royal Colleges, including the Royal College of General Practitioners and the Royal College of Psychiatrists. They've all signed up to this idea of conversion therapy for trans. There's no such thing. Absolute nonsense, right? Absolute nonsense. What you've got to remember is gender identity ideology is the conversion therapy. That's what they won't admit to. It says the evidence is clear. It's far from clear. So-called conversion therapy has no benefits. Yeah, what they mean by that is telling people who are unwell because they want to harm their body or aren't comfortable in it that they are wrong, and having therapy discussions with them would be what they would call conversion therapy. They are a dangerous bunch, in my mind, a dangerous bunch of lunatics. I could be wrong about that, but, let me know. So, to that end, GLADD, I've got said here, along with our colleagues Dr. Joseph Hartland, Dr. Bridget McWade and Dr. Callum Phillips, have launched the medical school charter on so-called conversion therapy. And over 80% of medical schools in the UK so far have signed the charter. And the BMA, the Association for the Study of Medical Education, and the Academy of Medical Educators have also signed as endorsing organisations. Signing the charter is a commitment from these medical schools to agree to 6 key pledges to support LGBTQ plus hands, knees and bumps daisy students and staff. So what they've done there already is, and started with trans, is now LGB again. Get that off your lips, Heartland. Right, so they've signed up to 6 key pledges and to support and ban conversion therapy and to include authentic and joyful depictions of LGBT plus people in medical schools' curricula. Really? Really? What would that look like then? Right, your average LGB person isn't out and about. You're talking about part of your lunatic LGBTQ plus clique, aren't you? Not the people that are getting on with their lives, doing what everybody else does. You're talking about this particular cultish little group, aren't you? The LGBTQ plus hands, knees and bumps of daisy alphabet people, or as a wonderful wag said the other day, Wi-Fi code people. I wonder how many of them have actually got it as their Wi-Fi code. The LGBTQ plus hands, knees and bumps of daisy people are nothing to do with gays and lesbians, right? They are a separate, distinct clique of people with often very cult-like behaviours. They're anti-science, anti-reality. So they're talking about they want to include authentic and joyful depictions of LGBTQ plus. Well, when have we had LGBTQ plus people doing interesting things? They've covered themselves in piss. They've physically assaulted 70-year-old women. They stand around chanting and dancing like they look like somebody who's just come off 4 E's the night out, right? They spend all their time looking for power and oppression narratives. What else have they done? What else have the LGBTQ plus done that's mad? Oh, they don't believe in sex. They don't think sexuality exists. They're homophobic as well as misogynistic. They expect straight men to sleep with men who call themselves women. So they're nutters, right? So what they're saying is that they will show joyful depictions of LGBTQ plus people, hands, knees and bumps of daisy, in medical schools' curricula. They're infiltrating the medical schools' curricula. Signatory medical schools commit to instilling an understanding of LGBT plus equality and issues for patients in the LGBT... Shut up, right? That's all I got to say to you. They believe in gender identity, which makes them dangerous from the get-go. You can't get past that, folks. You know, that's the trouble. They're mad, right? Then we get to something that happened in May of last year. These self-described queer medical activists retweeted an absolutely nonsensical series of tweets, including things from Stonewall, and I've got the link to the actual tweets in the Dubras, as they say, so you can have a read of it, right? But there's one in particular from 17th of May 22, which is fascinating in what it says. An individual was then retweeted by these GLADD nutters, right? These LGBTQI hands, knees, and bumps and daisy dentists and doctors, right? About pronouns, right? So this is how insane they are. They retweeted this. This came from somebody called Julia. Questioning or changing your pronouns with nice little stars on either side. It's okay for your pronouns and your gender identity to evolve over time. Brackets, mine sure has, close brackets. Insane. Insane, right? Making changes are never set in stone. What she means is I've changed my clothes occasionally. Making changes are never set in stone, and it's okay to try something with people you feel safe with to see what fits your identity. Star again. I made a mistake. It happens. Apologise, clarify, learn, move on, do some reading. There's so much info on Google on this topic, so don't expect queer folk to take the emotional burden of explaining unless they offer to. And then she's put underneath, feel free to offer any other points, queer pals. This is insane, isn't it? This is what she's called a pronouns FAQ. I'm no expert, just your friendly Twitter neighbourhood they, she. You're an expert on nothing because you live in La La Land. You should be dismissed from anything that you do, involvement with anything. I'm no expert. Right, okay, you certainly aren't. I also appreciate there's some differing opinions on asking and using pronouns, but I'll share my perspectives and my knowledge as a queer activist. Will you? And then she was talking neo-pronouns. These are some new pronouns beyond she, he, they that some people choose to use. Note that some people prefer to be referred to as their name rather than the pronouns altogether. Examples include sie and zer. Stars again. Questioning or changing your pronouns. It's okay for your pronouns and your gender identity to evolve over time. And we're back into that. Gay and lesbian associations of doctors and dentists, right? Who are engaged in gaslighting, psychiatrists, School of Psychiatry, who are attempting to gaslight the medical establishment into allowing this radical, leftist, insane agenda into medical school curricula so it's taught as part of a curriculum for a medicine degree. Don't get ill, folks. Don't get ill. These people have no time for meritocracy. What we're seeing is a concerted group of mad people who are doctors and dentists working towards the subversion of medical care in this country. If you don't think that's serious, I don't know what to tell you. Have a look at the links. They're in the Dubry. All right? Okay? GLADD must fall. We've already done WPATH. So WPATH must fall. GLADD must fall. I'd like to see who were the signatures of this, and I'm going to get time to do so. I need to get time to do so, so that I can go and have a look. And I'm hoping that some of the men who I'm in contact with, or will be shortly again in contact with, won't mind getting on the phone and asking these bloody places what are they doing. What are they doing with such a homophobic, misogynistic, anti-science group of people who purport to be doctors and dentists, and then we find out who they are, we get them in front of the GMC and we get them struck off. It's not difficult. They shouldn't be practicing at all. At all. And the fact that you've got somebody they're retweeting somebody who says, I'm a queer activist, tells you everything. Tells you, remember what queer is, to break down all boundaries. All boundaries. Imagine that's a doctor or a dentist, and you're under. I wouldn't trust them. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that that's what they are. I'm saying I can't trust you if you believe this crap. Because you're supposed to be a doctor and dentist, and I hope you are grounded in reality. They are not grounded in reality. We need the membership list of GLADD so we can warn people about who these folks are that believe in this nonsense. And we need to make sure that patients are aware before they go in that they are dealing with cultists. That's what I think. I could be wrong. I often am, right? You go and have a look. You tell me. Subscribe, become a warrior teacher. I'll see you later. That's enough for today. Bye.